guys, today I'm going to discuss about Unit 5 Topic 8 of International Edexcel A-Level Biology. In case if you guys are wondering why I'm starting off from Unit 5, it's because I love this topic genuinely, and this topic is the reason why I have opened my eyes for the neuroscience field. So I hope this video helps your A-level journey. Let's get started. First of all, before anything, I want to emphasize the importance of specification, because specification literally tells you what to study for each unit. So first of all, today we're going to look at 8.1, which is to know the structure and function of sensory, relay, and motor neurons, including Schwann cells and myelination. So we're going to look at the key features of this topic. So these are some of the most important key definitions which might come out in your exam questions, which is about 1 or 2 marks. So first of all, let's look at neurons. Neurons are specialized cells of the nervous system which carry electrical impulses around the body. So this is the basic example of a neuron, and a bundle of neurons are called nerve. So as you can see, our neurons have a cell body which contains a basic cellular structure that our cells require, and we have the space called axon. This is where impulses can jump from one node to another, and this is called myelin sheath, and this is a nerve ending. And we have a cell body, which I have just mentioned, which contains the nucleus, mitochondria, and other cellular structure. And we have a nerve ending, which is over here, which allow neurons to connect and receive impulses from one neuron to another. And we have a nodes of Ranvier. This is also pretty important because they do often ask question based on the nodes of Ranvier. So this is an uninsulated gaps between the myelin sheath. So it's basically this area. And this area allows electrical impulses to pass along the neurons, like they jump from one node to another. And we have an axon, which allows electrical impulses. As I mentioned, this area is what it's called axon. It allows electrical impulses to pass along the neurons, and this electrical impulse is also known as axon potential, which is produced across the axon membrane when a neuron is stimulated. Moving on, we have a Schwann cell, which is a cell that creates the myelin sheath, which is over here. And this myelin sheath is made up of Schwann cell, and it's a fatty tissue, and it acts as an electrical insulator, which prevents electrical impulses from forming. And when the question asks, what is myelination? Then I have to say, it's insulated due to the surrounding of the myelin sheath. Now we're going to look at 3 types of neurons, which are the sensory, relay, and motor neurons. And what to state when the question asks about its structure and function. This is very important because, if I'm not mistaken, it carries around 4 marks, which is quite high. And the question in the past paper will usually be like compare and contrast between these 3 neurons. Okay, so first we're going to look at the sensory neuron, and its function is to carry impulses from receptors, this is our receptor cell, to the brain and the spinal cord and the CNS. CNS is the short form of central nervous system, and it's fine to use the short form during the exam as well. And its structure is that it's myelinated, as you can see, and it has a cell body that branches off in the middle of the axon. So this is the cell body, and it has no dendrites, which is quite confusing because other neurons do usually have dendrites, but sensory neuron has no dendrites. And it has an axon terminal, which is attached to a receptor cell. As I just mentioned, this is our receptor cell. And now we're going to look at the relay neuron, which has a function to act as a connection between sensory and motor neurons. So this is in the middle, and it has a structure of having a highly branched dendrites, and it makes up the central nervous system. And this central nervous system is basically our brains and the spinal cord. Now we're going to look at the motor neurons, and its function is to carry impulses from the CNS to the effectors, and the effector is muscles or glands. And its structure is that it's attached to the effector, and it has a large cell body at one end, which lies within the spinal cord and the brain. So to summarize this 8.1 subtopic, you have a sensory neuron here, and a relay neuron, and a motor neuron. And this relay neuron is within the CNS, our central nervous system, which is basically our brain and the spinal cord. But initially, we receive stimulus, and that is by our receptor. And this receptor is, for instance, it could be our skin cell, for example. So let's say I have stepped on a sharp object, then my receptor will receive that stimulus. And that impulse will be sent to my sensory neuron, and this will happen by my impulses jumping from one node to another due to the myelin sheet. And it will be sent to my relay neuron, which is within the CNS, and to my motor neurons, and finally to my effector cells. And this effector is muscles or gland. So this way, now you feel the pain, which is basically the impulse. So I hope this has helped your understanding, and I will see you in next lesson. Bye.